What's going on, guys? Cindy here with Team Absolute Awesome and Half Thunk, and we've got Jacob Moore here with our first place finisher for the Ghost from the Past tournament here at CM Games, Card Monster Games, and you played Dragon Link.
Yep. So I'll just go ahead and go through it.
Sure.
We did the basic rocket stuff. Oh, let me do these this way.
Yeah.
That way the fellas can see it. A lean package. I cut this to one because I've cut fiber because I'm doing some different things today.
So no new fiber in the deck?
Yeah, no fiber today. We cut fiber for this stuff.
Remus is broke.
Yeah, this guy is insane. Even if you don't get to do the instant crystal wing thing, this is Dragon Link combo too, because if you have a Romulus, you can summon this out and do stuff with it.
He's just so dirty. You can do it with the, you can also do it off the link, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just anything that's green, it just works.
That's awesome.
Shout outs to Mark for letting me borrow these. I really appreciate that. I'll have to get some myself some point. I played Phantasme for the mirror match. Most regular hand traps are not really worth it in the mirror because it's tit for tat and like you need big swings. This allows you to get some tempo. It lets you beat the seal or the tidying. That way you have less to deal with when you're trying to push through that board. Normally I would play Dark Ruler alongside this, but this was kind of a random meta. I didn't expect a lot of it. You know, not a lot of Dragon League exclusively, so
Right.
I opted to play a different card instead of Ruler. And you got the baby dragons and Levy. This guy's insane. Big fan of the Chaos fellas. Also play triple Seafort. A lot of people don't play this at 3 anymore, but I don't really get that. This is like the best normal summon you can have because it fetches the Chaos guys. It gets Tracer. If you don't have it, it gets Chamber. It can get Levy near it. It gets literally everything in your deck. I don't know why you wouldn't want, you know, Demonic too.
Right, and then the Dragon Maid cards period is busted.
Right,
So
yeah.
busted.
Yeah, Tiding is a very hard card to get through. Let's have this Brotar and some other one-offs. We play Router, Nocto, Red MD, and one Chamber. The reason I chose to play this is because I wanted to max out Seafort. You can kind of ignore normal summons in this deck because of Boot Sector launch and things like that.
Right.
However, I think to be optimal, you don't really want more than 3 normal summons to be fair, but I settled with 4 because this card is just amazing. You just need it.
Yeah, such a crazy card. I'm surprised the deck hasn't done more by itself.
Right, yeah, the Dragon League cards are really cool. You just get these big guys for no reason.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I'll do the spells too. We have Quick Launch. I have Commons because I'm a sad fellow. I spend all my money on things like this. This is the card I chose to play instead of Dark Ruler. It just covers more ground generally. All of the cards that are on this are banned, and there's a reason for that.
No, 100%.
I didn't like this card to begin with because it has an activation condition that's kind of wonky, but I mean everybody plays hand traps, so it's going to resolve. You follow that up with World Legacy Guard Dragon and Chaos Space. This card's insane when you actually get it.
Oh yeah, it's so crazy. Chaos Space is just bonkers.
Right. And then the 2 field spells. A lot of people are playing more of these now because Remus can fetch it and Romulus can too. But I don't feel like in regular Dragon Link that you need to resolve Ravine more than once because most of the things that you're going to send really don't net any value except for like Router and stuff.
Right.
So I think 1 is fine for that. I also play 2 Tidying.
Busted.
I normally play 3 of this card. I'm not a fan of 2-ofs in general. I don't think it's really ever correct, but here we are. I cut 1 so I could fit all this Dragoonity stuff in. Last second change. Those cards were really good. I highly recommend you get them if you play Dragons.
They're super bonkers. They completely change things.
Right. I mean, they're just free.
Yes.
Completely free.
Free is a good word to say.
So I'll go ahead and go through the extra deck. Still play 3 Striker. This card allows you to have a much longer game besides just turn 1 because you can recur with Recharger and get things you really shouldn't have on the field back on the field. For example, you can reborn these guys with Recharger and move them into a different zone and do combos, but a lot of people are keen on this now. For Link 2s, we play Quad and Romulus. This guy is less important now due to Remus, but you still need this because it allows you to special summon Remus out of the art because it's a Dragoonity card. And this is typically how people get to Savage and things like that. Double Seal. You could probably cut this to 1, but I mean, it's really hard to turn this card down. The tempo you gain from it and tutoring dragons from deck, it's insane. We also played Sword. This guy got me quite a few games today.
The last one for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta play this card. It's a dragon, and it kills them.
Gotta respect it.
And we played some synchros. It had Hot Red. This lets you beat droplets and Dark Ruler sometimes. Never comes up for me because I always do my combo wrong. This guy's insane. It lets you fetch for things like Lancia in your side deck or just whatever hand traps like Nib if you're a big fan of it. This also recurs. It's just another body. It's huge. It's a good card.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we're playing Dragoonity stuff, we gotta play this guy.
They dirge.
This is not once per turn.
No.
And it can also tutor literally everything in this deck because everything's level 4 and lower, except for the, like Phantasm and stuff. But so if you already have your rock and stuff, you can get Chaos Dragons, you can get Trace or Recharge or stuff like that. It gets really ignorant past the first turn. I think there's combos with this and Pisty that I haven't figured out yet, and I didn't want to try them in the tournament. And you get Crystal Wing now for this. When you have Remus, you get Crystal Wing on the 5th summon. You don't get nibbed anymore. That's great. Everybody's playing Ruler now, so it doesn't really matter.
Right now, Ruler just says it, whatever.
Yeah. And then Savage, because, I mean, you just got to play this card.
It's a good card.
Then for side deck, I played 3 Cosmic Cyclone. I expected a lot more back row decks today because there's a lot of that at locals.
Yeah.
Played Duster as well. Lancia for Dinosaurs. I really hate that deck. I don't think anything about it's fair, but I really have no room to talk because I have Dragon Link. So.
Right.
Then we played Dart Ruler. This is for Mirror or anything else that just wants to pop off. It's a solitary droll because I really wanted more of these in here, but I think all these other fellas are a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
This guy's really clutch in the mirror match because it doesn't use the chain. You can beat over things you normally can't. And there's some neat interactions with this and Heretic Seal and things like that. Because if they don't respond to it, they lose the seal, they don't get the Dragon Float or anything. And then Pank is for back row and for the combo decks.
Pank's just really good. Yeah. Super solid.
That's pretty much it.
So what were the decks that you faced today?
Okay, let's see if I can remember them all. Round 1, I played against Prank Kids. He's a nice fella. I kind of goofed up on some combos because it's early.
Right.
Round 2, I play. I think I play the Tri-Brigade deck there. Yep. I get Barrier Statued and I have no way out of it, and then that happens again. And
I remember that was you did the Barrier. Yeah.
And then round 3, I play Phantom Knight deck, and it was doing this ultimate Ray Rabbit. Yeah. That thing was kind of hard to deal with, but there's outs with this deck, so it's
kind of like a mini towers.
Right. I had a pretty clutch Lancia in the second game, got that. And then round 4, I can't remember.
Dragon Link, right? Wasn't it Dragon Link? No, that was your top 8.
I also played this Eldritch deck, and that's a pretty good matchup for me. Like all my cards play well against theirs, and they're a little too slow for dragons. Right. Then in Top Cut, I played that guy again with Eldritch Zoo. That's Nolan. I just want to point out I 4-0'd that guy. just talking a little trash here. And then in Top 4, I played a Dragon Link Mirror. It was very close. It got into time, but we were able to actually finish the game because it was single limb, so we got to play the game.
Heck yeah.
I made a mistake in that game with Alpha. I used it to make a quad board, which is an illegal play. However, I could just do the same thing with this Romulus and the whole board. The
exact same board.
Yeah, the same game state would have happened. I just wouldn't have had... I would have had an Alpha actually instead.
Yeah, bigger, more damage.
Bigger, better. And then in the finals, I played against Drytron with Aaron. Pretty good deck. He didn't really get off to the races very well. So.
Yeah. First time you break all day, both games.
Yeah, it's a really bad time for that. I hate it for him.
Worst timing.
Right, and with this deck, Sword ends those games. We don't play long ones.
Yeah, it's consistent. It's such a consistent deck too. So,
right.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again, and make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys. We're out of here.